Nice.
Hello there. Hey, my name is Naila the Lion King, and this is my channel, DBNaila, done by Naila. I'm gonna be painting today. Are you guys ready? It's mega made. So we're gonna do some mega art, and we're gonna do big art, no tiny art. If you guys are new, I am a creator. I base all of my work around mental health in general or special holiday things. But in all, it's all about mental health. So if you're new, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we're gonna begin. All right, guys. So today we are going to be painting, like I said before, and we're going to be using acrylic paint. I'm still not really super comfortable with oil paint. Again, I haven't painted, like you guys know, in a while now with oil paint. So I'm gonna start off safe and work with my acrylic paint. So as you guys know, most of my paint is from either Hobby Lobby, the Master's Touch brand, or the, let's see, Liquitex brand, or I get my paint from Plaza Art, which is in Richmond. It's a VCU type painting place. But either way, I'm gonna pick some colors for this painting. I have to continue on. I'm not sure honestly what paint I had used before, but we're gonna find out. So I have my wall of paints here. I'm gonna go for, I think, this one, that one, and black. Let's get this one here. Obviously I need black. I'm gonna try to use this very little light fast pigment black. I'm gonna use the last little bit of it. Raw sienna, because you can't go wrong with raw sienna when you're doing skin tone with black people. Pink magenta color. I did this because there's like little small tones of pinkish in there. I designed that about maybe a month ago and some change, but honestly I think I want to change it up. Let me just look at my iPad because I'm looking at something that y'all not looking at. I'm not looking at this. Let me go look at it together. Yeah, okay, I found it. So this was my original design, right? So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna spoof it up just a little bit. I remember on Throwback Thursday I did that thing where I was like holding my head like this. So I want to do something similar to that, in a sense of kind of picking myself up, and like we're starting therapy again. I'm trying to keep myself from really getting depressed and sad. So I'm thinking maybe some hands, because you guys know I love hands. So maybe something that's kind of like holding me up or pulling me up, somehow just kind of pulling me up in a sense. I'm gonna use my iPad. Alright, I'm back. So I got my pictures. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick edit in my iPad and try to splice everything together. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to go for. I'm trying to reshape those fingers and kind of like merge this how I want it to go. I ended up kind of going for a more so translucent look. So that's basically what that is entailing. But like I said, this is leaving it into interpretation. This piece is mainly about me wanting and trying to feel better in my mindset. This is the palette I use for a commission, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this. This is the palette paper I got, Master Touch. I don't know how much this was, couldn't tell you, but this is godsend. I got it from Hobby Lobby, obviously. Oh, look at that, my finger was holding it. $7, and I got like a bunch of sheets. I don't have to keep wasting plastic anymore. Do you guys miss my little ash mirrors I used to do? I might get back into them again. I tend to cut it into shape before I place it down, just so it's not like done. Palette check. Paint, let's get into it. Just a little more. Usually I just keep this open and I'll just touch it with my paintbrush if I need some. We got our colors. So I'm gonna come in. Remember I told you I wanted to do a rough sketch of everything, so I'm gonna use this brush and I'm going to sketch some things out. Alright, so let's get into this piece. Of course, what I told you guys I was gonna do, I was gonna go ahead and sketch first my little hand. I just used like a I think it's burnt sienna. I think that's the color I use. I can't remember. So It's weird because I really did approach this kind of different than I've done in the past. So I started off mainly like the focus with my nose, because like I kind of get stuck on one little piece and I kind of just like want to make sure it's perfect. Like I think I've changed the highlights and the position of this nose like 3,000 times, honestly. And then also you notice I used a pretty small flat brush for this one. I usually would use like a more kind of broader brush, but I really wanted to get into details, and as I keep going, you'll see the brush gets even smaller, to be honest. Wow. Yeah, so one of the cool things is I really had a really weird time, I guess, with my lips. It's just weird because like I kind of went back and forth like numerous times, to be honest. So basically like I'm trying to kind of like I want to kind of like copy the idea of like how I did for that piece up there. If you look at the piece all the way, like all the way up there, that one there, Phantom of the Opera. It was different because for that piece I had a lot of layers. Layers as far as like I took my time with each type of like color shadows, I guess. Usually I would go with like bigger shadow groups. Like I would start with just black, do my darkest color with black first, and go and just genuinely get, you know, get lighter. And there will only be maybe like 4 or 5 layers of that. But for that one, it was a bunch of layers. And so I'm trying to kind of mimic that whole thing when it comes to this piece here. I'm trying. I don't know if I'm succeeding, but I'm trying. That's the whole point, right? And trying is in like I'm trying not to rush the process of like putting that like white on. I don't want to put that creamy white color on. And by the way, also too, in this piece for the most part I'm not using straight black and I'm not using straight white. I've been using mainly that peachy whitey color I talked about in the beginning. I think it just looked a little bit more better, and it makes it like a little bit more realistic, I guess, in a sense.
Nice.
So when I was editing this on my Procreate, I used a lot of like, kind of like I don't want to trace it. There's like another picture on top of this that's kind of like merged, but it looks kind of translucent. So I did that with my eyes, and so that's why it looks kind of like that bluish tint, because it's kind of like 3 pictures together that are merged. So what I was thinking of doing was I actually added some hand movements, and so in a sense these hand movements kind of like represent my urge to pick myself up, in a sense. Well, not even me, but just like I think represents therapy, or represents me coping with things, or just represents me wanting to continue, to be honest. So it's the hope factor. And I wanted to go with the translucent feel because, I mean, you guys know I do my straight up hands all the time, but I really wanted to like kind of challenge myself. And then also I think it's a really good subliminal wise, you know, maybe it's just kind of like an idea, not a tangible thing, you know. So that's why I thought it was really interesting to do the translucent way of my hands. And then you'll notice too, I'm doing a lot of like stippling type techniques. I'm doing a lot of stippling, which is like just poking it basically, and like short rubs. And I'm also doing a lot of like water washed energies there, you know, like it's not solid paint. Like if I get a color, I'll probably like dip it a little bit in the water just to make sure on the safe side, if I put it on the paint, is not the wrong color and I'm just like, you know. So that's why I'm trying to like be careful. Like I'm careful, but I'm bold in the same aspect. That's what like I feel like artists are literally that. They're careful and bold at the same time. Like we try things, but we don't try it too much or it ruins the piece. That's basically what's going on here. I'm challenging myself, like I said, because this paint is going to get really boring, but I want to do all the good parts first. If that makes sense. If if that makes just a little bit of sense. Either way, I'm trying to force myself to keep it really blurry because the actual edit I made was very blurry on purpose. I want it to be kind of magical, kind of blurry-ish, you know what I mean? So I want to keep it that way. And so I have a weird thing with the color palette because I'm making all these colors up as I go for the most part. They don't look like the actual pictures palette, but I'm trying to find a way to like remix it and make it in my own painterish style, I guess. It was challenging for me with the translucent, you know, hands because I couldn't really get the color I wanted. It was very hard to pick that specific color I needed. In a way, when you think of like ghostly translucent things, you always think about that undercast of the actual color behind it. So whatever I'm doing on top of my face, I'm making sure that there's some little face color still appearing, like peeking from under it. So that's me doing like an extra precaution there with the thumb. I'll have the same type of browns in there, and I'm slowly going to do that same thing as I keep going with the hair and then like the background in a sense. Like I said, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge. I'm trying to like force myself to do it, but I think I'm about done for the day. My fingers is tired. Low-key, my thumb is low-key kind of bothering me, but I mean, it'll heal on its own, right? But yeah, I think I'm pretty done for the day. I'm gonna kind of give it a chip just to see how far we've gotten, to be honest. Oof. You guys can see how big this is, to be honest, because it's flipping huge. We're gonna keep this up, and as usual, I love you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Wait, what was it? Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys very soon. If you're joining on to me now, welcome to the community. And don't forget, I about choked on a potato. Nice.
Finally! I've been trying to catch you boys all day! Now that I've got you right where I want you!
Like and subscribe.
Nice.